Welcome back, everybody. If you're new, my name's Nicholas, and this is Investing Against the Grain. Thank you to everybody who wished me well with my potentially broken ankle. Hopefully it's not broken. Hopefully it's just a great grade 3 sprain. But thank you all for all the kind words in the comments from yesterday's video. Today's video, I want to just make it real quick. There's just a couple things I want to talk about that I kind of got excited. So before we get into talking about this, I want to talk about Giga Shanghai and the ramping up and the good news that we're starting to see out of there. So let's take a look at that first. All right, so here we have an article from Inside EVs, and I highlighted a few things. First of all, it's key to note that during the Q1 earnings call, Elon Musk was asked about Giga Shanghai, as you would expect, and something he said that was very telling and very, it just shows you where they're at right now is this quote here, coming back with a vengeance, when referring to Giga Shanghai. So we all know that Giga Shanghai was already not at full capacity. They're chip limited. It seems like they could ramp even higher or have more cars per day, per week than what they were doing, but they were just supply constrained. So that's a good indication that, they can, accelerate a lot faster. But then also you have to keep in mind that in Q1, the production rate was actually even greater than that of Q4. Just the limiting factor there was the fact that Giga Shanghai got cut or shut down 4 days, 5 days left in the quarter. So keep all of that in mind as we move forward here. So coming back with a vengeance. So this goes on to say the automaker reportedly started with just a single shift. Sometimes I don't like the way these things are written because of how they're contextualized, because they talk about a single shift. Well, let me finish reading this and I'll give you my whole point of view. The automaker reportedly started with just a single shift, though it's longer and runs for more days than the factory's usual situation. While Giga Shanghai typically runs 24 hours per day with 3 shifts on a 4 days on 2 days off schedule, production started this week with single 12-hour shifts running 6 days on with 1 day off. So the reason I'm not a fan of sometimes the way these things are worded is because they say that this is how things were started, right? And so they started with a single shift. Yet, as you'll see when we come down here, the report also claims that about 8,000 employees are now officially back to work at the China factory. So that's over 50% of the employees, or that is 50% of the employees that they have Giga Shanghai, based on what I've read and what I can find online. So we come back up here and we see them talk about starting with just a single shift, and now they're at over half of the total employees there. It bothers me sometimes when they don't give the full context of, where they currently are. So they just started with this, and the way this kind of reads is as though, Tesla is barely doing anything at Giga Shanghai. They're just limping along. They're at very low capacity, which they are at low capacity, but they fail to highlight the way things are ramping up. And so if anybody were to just stop reading here, until they get down to, towards the end of the article, you don't really get the full context of where things currently are. So maybe that's just me being a little particular about what I like or what I don't like, but it's something that tends to bother me. All right, so let's continue here though. Various local media outlets also reported that the lots were filling up and even showed car carriers transporting Tesla's vehicles away from the factory, so we can only assume that the images are current. Okay, again, I highlighted this because the bright side here is that we do know vehicles aren't just getting stuck there, they're not just getting built and piling up on the parking lot, they're actually getting sent out. So I think that's a bullish sign, shows things are going, are ramping up at the factory and they're delivering. Okay, so then we get down here, and this is, again, where they finally acknowledge that things are ramping up fast. The report also claims that about 8,000 employees are now officially back to work at the China factory. So again, before they said that they initially started with one shift, get towards the end of the article, now they tell you, okay, well, but now they're at, call it 50% back, when it comes to the workforce. 50% or more are back. Down here, Giga Shanghai is currently producing about 1,000 cars per day. Again, this essentially signifies what we were talking about before, about 50%. I think Tesla Giga Shanghai was averaging about 2,000 to maybe 2,500 vehicles a day. So 1,000 vehicles a day, that's a pretty good run rate right now. Let's assume that this article was written on the 22nd, so that's not too bad in the big scheme of things. Tesla's current component supply is good for about a week of production. So that out of context doesn't sound like it's hard. Okay, they have component supply for about a week. Is that normal? Is that low? Is that high? What does that mean? So this is where I think the article actually does a good job. where they go on to say, he says that 2 weeks of component supply is the norm, and it may be some time before Tesla and other automakers can get back to full production capacity in Shanghai. So we know that 2 weeks is the norm as far as how many components they have on hand for, moving forward. So it's about 2 weeks worth of supplies on hand. I think that we're just going to see this get better and better. 1,000 vehicles a week right now, or 1,000 vehicles per day right now. I think that's bullish. If you take into account what's happening with Giga Berlin. Giga Berlin's also ramping up as we go right now. So I think overall we're seeing good things with Giga Shanghai. So I just want to hop on today on Saturday just to highlight this, because we haven't really seen a lot of meaningful data at a Giga Shanghai. The only thing we've really heard about it was Elon saying that, Giga Shanghai is going to come back with a vengeance. And so to me, that's like a very bullish sign. And it's probably a little too early to call this or predict this, but I would wager that Giga Shanghai plus Fremont plus Berlin plus Austin, all together, all four of them, will be able to deliver a yet once again record quarter for Tesla in Q2, despite the massive shutdown that we had at Giga Shanghai. So if that's possible, then I think a lot of the fear about Giga Shanghai and the numbers for Q2 will dissipate, or it'll just allow analysts and people projecting what the numbers will be, what the deliveries will be for Tesla to be lower, and then Tesla can come up and completely show how they have overperformed, despite the fact that they had to shut down for the better part of a month at Giga Shanghai. So I think there's a lot of things to be happy about here, and it seems like things are trending the right way. So I'm very bullish about that. Bullish enough, again, to hop on a Saturday and make this video. Okay, so good news with Giga Shanghai. Now let's talk about some funny yet kind of sad news. All right. So I'm assuming my thumbnail got your interest when we see Bill Gates looking like with the emoji of the pregnant male. So let's take a look at what this is all about. So we'll start here in Twitter, and here you can see Holmar's catalog. He tweeted, so apparently Bill Gates hit up Elon Musk to discuss, quote, philanthropy on climate change, close quote, but Elon asked if he still had a $500 million short against Tesla. Bill said he hasn't closed it out, so Elon told him to get lost. No idea if this is true. All right, so let's look at these text messages. So, okay, here we can see SpaceX are very impressive. 7:20 on Wednesday, to be clear. It sounds like that's maybe when he was landing or arriving. Elon texts, great, maybe, I'm guessing. I don't know. Okay, no, hold on. Oh yeah, okay, so he says great. So we go on to the next one here. It looks like Bill Gates said just landed. Elon said cool. And then Elon said, do you still have $500 million short position against Tesla? Well then, we go on to see Bill Gates respond, sorry to say I haven't closed it out. I would like to discuss philanthropy possibilities. And then Elon finishes saying, sorry, but I cannot take your philanthropy on climate change seriously when you have a massive short position against Tesla, the company doing the most to solve climate change. All right, so that came out. We don't know if it's real. We don't know anything, right? At least that's where we were. And then this is what happened. We get Elon Musk responding to Omar when Omar asks if this is real. And Elon says, yeah, but I didn't leak it to the New York Times. They must have got it through friends of friends. I heard from multiple people at TED that Gates still had $500 million short against Tesla, which is why I asked him. So it's not exactly top secret. So this is wild. The fact that Bill Gates is reaching out to Elon to have a climate change philanthropy conversation. Again, Elon Musk, who owns Tesla, the company who is changing, revolutionizing the world from internal combustion engine, fossil fuel using vehicles to electric vehicles, the company that is changing power grid into battery storage grids, and the company that is trying to disrupt what we have in normal roofing to go with solar roof, solar panels. I mean, the company that's doing the most good in the world when it comes to climate change. And I don't think this is very debatable, right? I mean, maybe it depends on how you quantify the most good, but from a physical delivery of goods to have a radical change, right? I think Tesla is definitely the company doing the most good. You can argue that other people with certain research are doing certain things, people who are doing things in Antarctica. I mean, those can be those can be measured in different ways and the overall impact. But even then, I think it's a stretch. I definitely think Tesla has had and will continue to have the greatest impact in the world when it comes to climate change. I mean, every single new EV company that comes out, or any OEM that transitions into an electric vehicle company, that is because of Tesla, right? So it's that ripple effect, the butterfly effect. Elon confirming this shows that this is more than likely true. If this is true, it's kind of sad. I don't even understand. Someone like Bill Gates, what's the point of shorting any company at this point? I mean, with the amount of wealth you have, I mean, why waste time betting against someone or betting against a company, especially with all the good they're doing? Like, where's the value? You have billions and billions of invest. Like, why? Like, what do you need this for? I don't know. I struggle to see it. And maybe it's because I'm not in their shoes. Maybe it's just a gamification that he enjoys. Maybe it's in spite of Elon. Maybe he doesn't like Elon. Whatever the case, it just seems a little childish for him at this point where he's at his age to be shorting this company for no real reason. He doesn't need it. It's not like he's a hedge fund. I mean, I don't know. It's confusing me. I mean, maybe one of you out there have a good reason as to why he would be doing this. Let me know down below in the comments. But in classic Elon Musk form, I'm sure you guys all saw this meme that he made. I mean, this is hilarious. To read it, he says, "In case you need to lose a boner fast." And what we have here is a picture of Bill Gates, of course, in his blue shirt. And then right next to it is the brand new emoji that's come out via iOS from Apple, where we have a male who is pregnant or has a pot belly, up to you, but I'm pretty sure it's indicating that he's pregnant. So I don't know. There's a reason why he's the king of memes and the lord of Twitter. So I mean, I find it funny. I mean, hopefully you guys do as well. Hopefully people don't take it too seriously. All right. So that drama aside, I just want to talk about one last thing that I thought was pretty exciting. So take a look at this image. Here we can see this is the top of Giga Texas, and you can see now the Tesla being written out via solar panels. We can see 2 letters are complete. So we have the S and the E written out. Now all they have to finish is the T and the A. So pretty exciting to see this. I mean, this is going to be something that everybody who flies into Austin is going to be able to see. Again, Tesla just doing more good with regards to solar panels. And again, spending no money on marketing really, right? I mean, all they're doing is outlining Tesla and solar panels on the top of their Gigafactory, and every single person who flies in and out of Austin is going to see it. I mean, talk about brilliant marketing. Just yet another next level move by Tesla, Elon Musk, and everybody. All right. We're going to leave it there. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Hope this quick Saturday video was something that kind of entertained you guys. And also, if you guys want, you can help the channel by hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, ringing that bell. If you want to support us even more, you can find my Patreon link down below, and I'll leave a link right here as well. All right. Again, enjoy your weekend. I love you all. Peace.